What's up, YouTube? Matty6Ross here with another video update for Titanic on Minecraft. This is going to be a little bit different from the other two videos. I'm going to go more in depth of what we've done so far. Yeah, we made a lot of progress. Just load it up. Probably not going to do any flyovers or anything like that. I'm going to be more so on foot. You get a better idea of the scale and just how big this thing is really turning out to be. So we'll start off down here. Alright, sorry. Something here so I can just a handout. So we'll start off here on the forecastle deck on the bow of the ship. As you can see, we haven't really made actually, I'll explain what this all is out here. The lapis block doesn't really need much of an explanation. It is going to be water. I didn't want to put in millions of gallons of actual water to surround the ship, so I thought lapis looked good. And so again, like, not even just the ship is a huge undertaking. The water itself is going to be just as big. And a little sneak peek, which I'm going to let in on right now. Right here, that is from my wife. She decided to write fart on the ground and thought it was funny, but it kind of is. We mapped out right here. This is where we're going to start the iceberg. We don't know what we're going to use to make it yet, if it's going to be ice, white wool, quartz, anything like that. But we picked this spot right here specifically. I'll show you why. I lied already. We're doing a sweeping run, sort of. If we come up here into the crow's nest area, as you can see out there, you can just faintly see something in the distance. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see it on my screen. You can just barely see it, and that's where we're going to put the iceberg. So it's going to be kind of, when it's all done, it's going to be basically like impending doom. Basically, the ship's doomed. The iceberg is there in the horizon, and there's no way to avoid it. And what we got going on over here, I'll explain this because I haven't explained any of this or mentioned it. What we're going to do is another thing that's going to make this build even bigger than it already is. We are going to encapsulate the whole ship in what it looks to be. God, I'm blanking right now what this stuff is. Why can't I think of it? Obsidian. God, I'm an idiot. So we're going to encapsulate the ship in obsidian. That means everything. I don't know if the water might actually come out further. I haven't decided that yet. And then we are going to fully encapsulate the whole entire ship in obsidian. So it's going to be basically permanently dark, permanently nighttime. Again, it's going to be nighttime. We're going to have the iceberg out there. It's just going to set the mood a little bit better. And honestly, the ship really does come alive when it's dark out with all the lights and stuff on the ship. It just, I don't know. When I think of the Titanic, I think of it at night for a lot of reasons. So the forecastle deck, I said I wasn't going to do sweeping runs, but I'm going to just come up here to get a better look at it. The forecastle deck is basically done. A lot of changes have come to it since like the first video. I redid the anchor up here. I really like the way it turned out this time. The whole bow section has been redone 3 times now, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you have to, like, I've outlayered it 3 times now, so it's basically come out 3 times, and then that's 3 layers I have to delete through and then replace. I like the way it looks now. It's more of an angle. I do realize the forecastle area did grow in length quite a bit, which I'm okay with because it looks more like a ship, especially when you're out here. Again, I lied. I'm doing sweeping runs. But when you're out here, I guess more so at an angle here, you don't really see the lines as much because in Minecraft, obviously, you can't really do curves. You have to do angles. So especially like at this distance right here, you can really see it looks curved, like at an angle. So that's why I went with that. The well deck, forward well deck, has all been redone as well. I really like the way it turned out this time. Whoa. That was really loud. Right here we have some things mapped out. This is a nice shot of the inside of the ship. Again, you get a real sense of how big it really is. I got some stairs there. Bear with me here. My wife does she reads the blueprints and does the layouts and figures it out because she can read blueprints way better than I can. I have a hard time seeing patterns and stuff like that. So everything in here is basically just empty rooms right now, but mapped out, and they will be fully furnished and what they should be. And we got some stairs here again, which is again, which adds to it, and these walls haven't been put up yet, so it's just easier to furnish it and see what we've done just by putting the outer walls in like we've done. And if you come over here, this right here is if you remember from up top, it's the hatch. I can't remember which hatch number it is, sorry. But yeah, that's the hatch. It's going to be going all the way down to the cargo hold. This area right here hasn't been mapped out yet, but this is going to be where all the equipment is for the anchors and stuff, bringing the anchors in and whatnot. And I haven't added all the portholes here yet. I haven't mapped them out yet, so this is the first time you've really seen inside under the forecastle deck. Excuse me. Again, this has been redone. This was fully done to an extent, somewhat of what I thought it was, and it turned out just not to be right at all. When my wife joined the crew, she was really adamant on, well, I'm not going to work on this unless we're actually using blueprints, because what's the point? And I totally agree with her. I was a little hesitant at first because I had so much done already, and I didn't really want to do a lot of deleting and replacing of blocks. But that's basically the name of the game right now, is deleting everything that's been done. And again, down here, I wish I had a before and after. If I can find a stair, here we go. Down here was fully filled with cargo, and I had the pool down here, and I had all that, and it wasn't really mapped out correctly. So that in itself took like 3 hours to delete to get a fresh start on it. So that took forever in itself to do. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to be moving on. I think I want to go, well, I'll show this first, because this is something I've actually just started doing. Right here you can see I have 2 lifeboats in. I think I'm going to resize them and move this one out just one more block, and then maybe move this one out another block so they're not touching, so we can have, so you can walk through here like it originally was. There was you could walk through there. So it's basically just mocking up some boats, lifeboats, and seeing what they looked like. And I think I have, like with the davits and stuff, I think I like the way this one turned out. And I'm just going to go base them on what I've made here. And everything right here, I've made some deck expansions, which you can see here. I brought it out to define it more, and I will show you basically before. It's how it was, and I didn't have it like that before, so just to get a sense of, I went down the whole ship and outer layered it, and then deleted the inner layer, and then relayed deck, and we got an extra walkway of deck here, as you can see, which was just to make it more, the superstructure, make it more accurate. And all these windows and stuff, they're not mapped out correctly yet. I know that, and I'm going to deal with that later. But you can see here how everything's kind of an overhang like that. And over here, I just started it. I stopped. That's as far as I made it. But you can get a sense of how it looked before and then how it looks now. It looks a lot better, I think. And it looks more accurate, too. We'll go into the bridge here, which the bridge is subject to change, too. It's basically what I have done so far. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up tweaking it a little bit. The second room back here, and then the map room is going to go back here. This is just stuff that I had built previously that isn't, it's nothing. This is all going to be crew's quarters, and then Captain Smith's Captain Smith's area, his cabin and stuff, and suite, or whatever it was, cabin, is going to be back here. We have a smokestack right there, upcasing, which is pretty cool to see. We'll move out here. Continuing. Oh, well, I added this too. I'm missing a block there. Oh, shoot. I deleted it. Anyways, I added this here because, well, this is actually good that that's not there. You'll see that you can't really see over onto the bow as you could. So I was like, well, how am I going to do this? So I just put a slab. So now when you're on here, you can step up and you can actually see the way it would have, how you would have been able to see. And this is just like that outstretch where you could see the side of the ship and whatnot, which with Minecraft you can't really see. Anyways, yeah, this is gonna give you another good feel of the size. And again, the smoke coming out of the smokestacks, I'm going to increase that a lot. It's going to be a lot bigger. There's basically just a starter point, and it's going to look more massive when I tweak it. So we'll move on to the grand staircase. As you see right here is next on our stop. We'll just come in here. This is all subject to change. It's just how it is now. So we'll go in here. And the grand staircase, well, I'll show you the gymnasium too. Why not? The gymnasium is subject to change. I lengthened it to be more accurate because there was a window down here at the end and I wanted to meet it to the deck. So I had to knock down some walls, put up some more walls, put some more floor down. As you can see, this is where it stopped originally, and that's not how it was. So basically everything is just going to get moved down just a little bit more. Not too much is going to be needed to change in there. But anyways, moving out here to the grand staircase. I've recently, a couple days ago, redid the grand staircase. I redid the railing here, which I used redstone lamps, which I think they look a lot better. It looks more of that wrought iron kind of look as it was. Changed the fence, as I used fence poles for beams, and I just thought it looked kind of tacky, so I tried the brown clay block, which I've been using a lot lately, and it turned out a lot better. It looks a lot better in my opinion now. Granted, you can't really come over here and like really see down, but scale-wise, I think it looks good. So yeah, that's about it here. I adjusted the lighting a little bit. The dome, I think I'm going to keep the way it is. I thought about changing it, but it looks good, I think, in my opinion. Now, again, it's not fully furnished down here. I was trying to figure out what I wanted the rugs to look like. I don't know if that's what they're going to look like. I put them down there weeks ago, and I've kind of kept it. This, I don't really like this yet. These are supposed to be heaters. I'm probably going to put some plants down here. I tried that out, and I don't really like the way it looks. I might put one down and put ADEC in a single sign. I didn't really like the way that looked. I was just kind of mapping it out, kind of for Kara too, my wife, so she can know what deck run, because she gets kind of confused sometimes. Come back here. I really like the way this turned out. We got the elevators. The elevators they go the length of the ship. They're going to go down to EDEC. And they are basically one on top of each other. So the further decks I go down, when I go down the staircase, I'll show you the elevators. Basically, when they're all done, I'm probably going to knock off this block and put a ladder all the way down, and you will be able to go straight down to EDEC and come straight up to ADEC. Really proud of how those turned out. Yeah, and the flooring, and I'll show you some ADEC cabins right now. The flooring in here, I think, is going to change. I was just looking for a different design, and I might make it all one color, I think. And if we come down here, we just pick a room. Again, mapped out. Walls aren't up yet. Furnished they are not furnished, obviously. We're going to do that at the very end. Moving on down here, we'll go down this corridor. We got baths. I think we got another bath in here. Yep. These are all baths on this side. And then on this side, we have bathrooms. Really like the way these turned out. We used hoppers for sinks. I thought they looked like sinks. Oh, I hear a bat. And these are your stalls. I don't know if they had stalls. Got a toilet, but I would assume that they were stalls. Kara was the design of those. I really like the way they turned out. And there's bathrooms all over the ship, and they're based on the same design. So basically, that's the ADEC cabins. I mean, we can stroll down the forward ADEC cabins, anyways. Then again, we got bathrooms and bathroom over here, and more baths over here, and more rooms. The further forward we go, it's a bigger, slightly bigger room. Come out here. It's kind of nice. I haven't put windows in yet there. So moving on, since we have a huge ship to cover, we'll start going aft, and I will go towards the other end of the ship. We'll stay on ADEC for now.